So you're rolling.
All right.
So you're rolling.
All right.
Okay. So you're rolling.
All right.
Welcome all to North County Land Trust annual gathering. Hold on one moment. My apologies, guys. All right, welcome everyone. We will begin the annual gathering actual presentation in just a few moments, but I want to take a moment to let you know a little bit about some housekeeping items. This is being recorded, and so you'll be able to view it in the future. And I think you all know, but your microphone is muted, but you do have that chat feature on the bottom of your screen if you'd wish to say hi. And if you want to be sure to see the speaker, make sure that you change your display setting once again at the bottom of your screen. We hope you enjoy this virtual gathering. As a reminder, we will have the opportunity to chat after our musical performance by the Ezra group, yay. And now I'm going to turn it over to Richelle Brown, North County Land Trust President and Board Chair.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Welcome, everyone. So good to have you with us. Hopefully you're sitting with a beverage. I'm enjoying water from the North County Land Trust travel book. When we met last year's gathering, I spoke about engaging with us together so we could do more. We set out on our vision to connect our communities through conservation for the benefit of all. And earlier this year, we shared the framework of how we intend to do that. We here at the North County Land Trust stayed true to our vision because we believe we can and are making a difference for the benefit of all. Why? Because it matters. During the program, will hear more about our activities and team successes. So I'll take a moment to recognize the team members. You, our supporters, are instrumental, and your many gifts are valued. You volunteer to work on our properties, assist with programs educating us about our environment, lead our hikes, and provide your talents in putting events like this one together. Talking with your friends and families about why you care about our work is appreciated. Generous gifts of land are the pieces of the physical landscape that connects us to each other. And your financial gifts provide the resources needed to continue our work. You are a part of our team. Our conservation pairs, other nonprofit organizations, and municipalities join with us to leverage the impact we all make. You are part of our team. Nclt's Board of Directors, Lucy Abisola, Elizabeth Reed, Alan Russo, Carrie Novak, Mary Kringen, Angela Kearney, and Desiree Dembski-Hamlin are the folks who guide us, providing their time and talents. They participate behind the scene and on the front lines. Directors and ambassadors, you are a thoughtful and dedicated part of our team. Our staff, the heart and soul of Nclt, are the conduit of our team. Jassy Bracco, Director of Land Protection, connects us to landowners, municipalities, and funders to protect parcels of the landscape. Lisa Adams, our Outreach and Engagement Coordinator, keeps our friends and supporters informed, connects us to our constituents, and provides programs that engage us with the natural world. Emily Molino, our past year TerraCorps member, joined our team as Stewardship Coordinator, keeping our properties open to the public, developing and overseeing our volunteer monitor program, and engaging folks on the land. The glue of our collective team is our Executive Director, Anna Wilkins. As the Executive Director, Anna leads us on the path to our vision. Steadfast and focused on our mission, Anna engages all equally and empowers us to act. Her thoughtful and fearless approach grounds us in the basic premise that we can make a difference. We will, together, sustain the farms, forests, water, and landscapes that provide for our well-being. We are proud of our staff team for their commitment, adaptability, vision, and resiliency. Anna, Jassy, Lisa, and Emily, you make it happen. On behalf of the North County Land Trust, we appreciate each of you on the team. Thank you for the many ways you support us. Together, we are accomplishing more for the benefit of all. And with that, let's welcome Anna Wilkins, our Executive Director. Anna, take it away.
Thanks. All right. Thank you so much for your kind words, Richelle. And I just want to pause for a moment and recognize the unbelievable amount of work Richelle has put in during her tenure as board chair. From leading us through the strategic planning process to keeping me on track, I couldn't do it without her dedication and wisdom. So I look forward to another banner year.
Thank you.
All right. So hello, everyone. I'm Anna Wilkins. I am the Executive Director for the North County Land Trust, if you don't know already. This is a very strange annual gathering. We usually like to come together and celebrate the previous year's accomplishments and thank everyone who has made our progress possible. Obviously, we can't do that right now and ensure people's safety. In fact, a very good friend of mine just tested positive for COVID yesterday. And while she's feeling like she's going to be able to get through it, she's worried she's not. And these are the uncertainties that are making us feel vulnerable. They make us feel isolated. They make us feel unsure of everything, really. What can we trust? How can we get through this with our souls and our minds and our hearts intact? One thing that I've relied on to help me through this whole pandemic time is my connection to nature. It's not that I don't get completely overwhelmed and frustrated. I have young kids doing hybrid learning. My husband's a teacher teaching hybrid learning. I've got 2 puppies and a cat, and I'm trying to give everything that I have to Nclt. We're all going through our own versions of that. And it's not just the pandemic that's heavy on my mind. With everything we know about climate change, about human rights, about the suffering of others locally, nationally, globally, the feeling of what we'd like to do to be able to help versus what we can do, sometimes it feels almost unbearable. But we, as humans, have been through this before. The earth and her inhabitants are resilient because nature evolved with uncertainty being the only certainty. When I take a moment to step back, a moment to breathe or take a walk in the woods, I often think about those people that I wish I could be with face to face, I wish I could embrace or be in communion with. But in that pause, I can reconnect with the understanding that we are held in this cradle of natural systems that has evolved with uncertainty as that underlying principle. The only thing we have is the now. And there's a larger context for the changes that are occurring now. We must do the most good with the time that is given. And good comes from the place of understanding that solutions to all of the world's problems must be based on the foundation of a healthy earth and connections to the lands that support us. So how can we connect when we can't connect? How do we find that understanding? So technology's helped us quite a bit. In February of last year, my team and I had started our Conservation Connections workshops for open space committees and our landowner workshop series. It's all part of our goal to promote understanding and understanding of conservation options and the idea of bringing the importance of land-based decisions to the fore. So we had to readjust all that to the digital format. And I'm so proud of my team for their flexibility during that time and also for the participants. It was just crazy. And the positive side was that we saw more engagement in terms of numbers. We had over 200 people engaged. But the downside was that we weren't able to meet those people face to face. And in our line of work, relationships are key. So that was really hard. Digital connections like this one are just not the same. They actually take more effort. Maybe that's why we all feel so exhausted. Now, in nature, when things take more energy to accomplish, they go slower. So let's be patient with ourselves and with others. I wanted to talk about resilience today. And I think what that means for us right now amidst this ongoing storm is being patient. Our impulse is to right the ship, to react to the challenges and the changes that we're going through. And maybe we need to understand that there's only so much righting of the ship that we can do while the storm is raging. So the best thing we can do right now is connect to others, draw up together and support one another so we can make the best long-lasting decisions for ourselves and for others. And so we continue to do our work, continue doing what's the best that we can do right now. It's very exciting to me that our membership numbers are increasing, that our dollar contributions are increasing, and I want to keep that momentum going. I want to keep people excited and engaged so that we can continue building on that momentum. I'm still also looking to the future and asking, what are our needs going to be in 50 years? When I worked for the Lincoln Land Conservation Trust, which is a single town land trust outside of Boston, we were 60 years old as an organization, founded in 1957. Some of the very first conservation restrictions and the first limited development deals were done in Lincoln, Mass. So as the Stewardship and Outreach Engagement Coordinator at the time, I was charged with continuing the conversation about these lands and the importance of upholding those conservation restrictions 30, 40, 50 years later. I have to say, I experienced the challenge in continuing that engagement with the citizens. People started saying, well, I'm the third generation owner of this property. I want to cut down those trees from, my tennis court or, whatever. Why can't I do that? The ethics that had come from the original landowner and their connection and understanding to the nature of that land had not necessarily transitioned and translated down through all of the generations of landowners. It made me realize that if we want to continue to protect the resources that we've already worked so hard to protect, there are larger questions. What is the community supporting? What are they talking about? What are they considering when they're making these decisions? These are big questions. The answers are constantly changing, and they're not something that can be answered in a short webinar. They're not questions that we can take for granted. We can't assume that people are just going to understand what we're trying to do. We need to make those connections, have those conversations, keep the issues we know are crucial at the forefront. But that takes time. And it takes people with a shared vision. So to change a culture, it's going to take a lot of time and people. Now, this is why I'm incredibly excited that we've added Emily Merlino as our Stewardship Coordinator. I'm also incredibly excited we're working to hire an office manager position, which will hopefully be fulfilled soon. All of these changes, decisions to build and recruit new board members, are because we need more dedicated people who are willing to sacrifice their time and energy to help us build that culture of conservation that is underlying all the work that we do, whether it's land conservation, land stewardship, trails and maintenance, cultivating volunteers, engaging people on the land, our educational programs, building awareness of the importance of the land and our place here on earth, and all of these resources that we're charged with taking care of. All of the importance of those. Got to continue those conversations, bring more people in, understand that that land is what connects us more than anything. We all live here. We are all supported by the land that isn't permanently developed. It doesn't matter what political party you support, if you're rich, if you're poor, what your skin color is, if you're disabled, suffering from mental or chronic illness, it doesn't matter. Even if you never walk on the trails or leave your house, the undeveloped land, the forests, fields, farms, rivers, streams, ponds, lakes, is benefiting your health and well-being. I love that about the land. It doesn't matter who you are. Our work benefits all of us and the generations that come after us. We got to send that message out. I need a North County Land Trust army of people, that's you, to band together and work together to create a culture of conservation. Give people the language they need to describe the benefits and the reasons that the work is important to them. And to do this, you need to be patient, AKA resilient. Remember this important lesson from nature. Everything is connected. Nothing exists in isolation. We gotta work together. And as we do so, let's resist the urge to separate ourselves and isolate ourselves from those we disagree with, from those we don't understand. Because even though sometimes we think the work they're doing is separate from the work we're doing, everything is connected. And we're all in this together. So the following are project stories from last year that highlight 3 ways in which we work. Ways which we support community, ways which we care for our land, and collaborate to make projects happen. They are stories that inspire, and I hope you enjoy.
A project known as Quarry Lane was an interesting one for us. This parcel was the last remaining undeveloped house lot from a cul-de-sac development in the Cleghorn neighborhood of Fitchburg, Mass.
So my name is Maria Paulino, and I own BCB Preschool Center in Fitchburg, and I also teach.
At its core, this project was about seizing an opportunity to protect environmental justice neighborhoods from further disturbance, provide community building and outdoor learning opportunities, and promote a return to nature-based play as critical component to early childhood development and outdoor recreation opportunities.
BCB Playground is kind of grow out of all the space that we have to plant, and having the possibility of having more land and create a community garden is something that is really exciting to me.
Working with the preschool, the neighborhood, the developer, Mayor DiNatale and city representatives, and with the generous support of the Community Foundation of North Central Mass, the Doug and Isabella Crocker Foundation, and Rollstone Bank Foundation, we were able to buy the lot to keep as open space. Because we were able to preserve the land's potential, we've unlocked a vision for a multi-generational community garden.
Be able to have the garden is not the big deal, but having another generation that come in and plant with the children. So we have some elderly neighbors who are very excited to come in and plant, but think about it, just bringing people from all over Fitchburg who can interact with the kids and plant and spend that beautiful time, but teach us about how to take care of Mother Nature, how to just love planting. I think it's something that is really exciting to me. So I'm looking forward for the summer to be able to start this. I find that this is going to be the pilot of greatest things. I think this is going to be the sample for the city, but also for the state. I think when people realize what we want to do here, that is not just, because a lot of people think it's just going to be for Busy Bee, that is going to be bigger than Busy Bee. It's going to be something that is going to affect other people's life in a sense that we can educate people on the greatest thing of planting and take care of space, but also, like I say, having that second generation coming over and spending time. I'm looking forward to see what does that do to, my grandparents, that they will be here and have a chance to come in and play with kids. I think that people are going to realize that this is something that you want to participate, so you do not miss out on being one of the biggest projects in Fitchburg. So I really feel that when people start looking at this and be like, wow, this is a great idea, and how great to just have children and elderly together in the same space.
My name is Jelani Aguero, and I love Busy Bees because I make a lot of friends here very easily. I have my own personal garden. We grow a lot of vegetables. We also got a whole bunch of tomatoes there. Some came out really big, bigger than we expected. I love myself some veggies.
So at this moment, I just want to take a chance to say thank you so much to the Land Trust, but specific to Ann, because this project would never be able to happen if it was not for you guys to believe in this and put your money and your trust in this project. It's been quite amazing to work with the Land Trust, but also to have so much support in so many different areas. So I know you're thinking that this is maybe like, oh, wait, I'm gonna waste my time and my money, but this is something gonna be so great for this part of Fitchburg.
This small parcel might seem like a small thing. It's a very big thing, and we're proud to be a part of it.
I'm Emily Merlino, and I'm the Stewardship Coordinator for North County Land Trust.
A major part of our work as a land trust is to care for the properties and conservation restrictions in our care in perpetuity. This promise that we make is forever.
We feel a responsibility to make sure that we manage our properties in the most ecologically sound way. We want there to be native habitat and space for pollinators and native insects and plants and animals to thrive. And by managing the property, we make sure that we have space for that and that the ecosystem can have diversity and work in the best way possible.
From our trail systems to our forests and streams, we strive to steward the land in our care for our wild and human constituents.
We want to steward the land to make sure that it is healthy and here for us to enjoy into the future. And we do that by making sure we pay attention to what's going on the land, that we maintain our trails, and we welcome people to enjoy them and understand them better.
Our 68-acre Dwelly farm property in Templeton was given to North County Land Trust through the will of David Dwelly in 2010. He spent his days as a boy exploring the old dairy farm fields and woods, land that had been in the family since 1912.
So the ultimate vision for the property is to create a space where people can practice passive recreation, so hiking, biking, horse riding, and enjoy this space, value nature and the environment, and also for us to be able to use creating a native habitat as a teaching space so we can teach the public why it's important to have native plants and wildlife, why it's important to remove invasives that crowd out those native plants, and encourage others to plant native plants on their property to create more native habitat and ecosystems in the area.
North County Land Trust consulted with Broad Arrow Forestry, the Natural Resources and Conservation Service, and Mass Wildlife to develop a sound management plan for Dwelly Farm Conservation Area.
We have hemlock forest, pollinator meadow, we have a bog wetland area, and all of these will have native plants, and we will continue to foster having more native habitat in all of those areas on the property. So we already have a network of trails here that people can use to hike and bike and ride horses. And we have some really beautiful bridges, one for the tractor to cross so we can mow our already existing fields. We have also already removed glossy buckthorn in partnership with Land Stewardship Inc., who's doing glossy buckthorn and Japanese knotweed removal, which are the invasives on the property. And we have also already cleared a pine grove, which had grown up through a previously used dairy grazing field. So we chose to clear the pine from that area of the property to bring back a field where it used to be, as the property historically had a field there. It's also pretty close to the road, so we have visibility so people can actually see the native pollinators as they grow and bloom throughout the year. And we just think it will be a great area to showcase native plants on the property. So we want to engage the public in working with us on this property. We have already in the past engaged Narragansett high school students to build the Warrior Trail on the property. We've also engaged groups of volunteers through Day of Caring, and they helped us clear a lot of the invasives out of the woods, which we will use to line some of the trails with wood chips. And we want to continue engaging volunteers because over time we will need volunteer help to continue removing glossy buckthorn seedlings that will sprout up from the seed bank. And we'll also need help making sure that our pollinator meadow will establish, continue planting these native plants on the property. And we'll also need trail monitors to continue walking the trails, making sure they're clear and safe for people to use. And we are always welcoming new helping hands.
My name's Joanne Burton, and we were part of a large landscape partnership grant project with Mass Wildlife, North County Land Trust, and Mount Grace Land Trust.
Dan, this is family land that we're trying to preserve, and we're happy.
We were very interested in being part of this project. I've been in land conservation and open space preservation and water resource protection for a long time myself. And the area is one of our larger open green spaces in town. So it's very important to be a part of this project and help it move forward. And we're just really, really happy that it was able to come together with many people working on it, and definitely a collaborative effort by everyone. The Land Trust, North County Land Trust, Mount Grace, Mass Wildlife. And it was just a wonderful experience for us, and the people that we were dealing with were absolutely wonderful.
I'm Jassy Bratko, Director of Land Protection for North County Land Trust.
And I'm Sarah Wells. I'm the Conservation Director for Mount Grace Land Conservation Trust.
Having Joanne and Danny be part of this project was key to its success. We were using a landscape partnership grant, which required over 500 acres of land be protected. And the largest parcel, the Norcross Hill Conservation Area, was only 464 acres, and we needed additional land to make that up. We needed additional contiguous land to make up that figure. And Joanne and Danny had been helping us, because of their knowledge of the town, reach out to landowners in the area because they were committed to seeing this project through too. And they decided that they would actually like to participate and to help us achieve that goal. And that, because of that, we were able to reach the acreage that we needed for the project to be a success.
When we have contiguous open space for wildlife, it's best for everyone concerned. So I guess, that would be kind of my outlook to people. If you're in that position, consider, maybe consider that and the wish for your land, what you wish for the future to happen with your property.
It was easy. It was a really easy decision. I grew up here my whole life, so wanted it to stay the same.
It's precious, and for so many people, it's maybe the most significant asset they have. So when landowners like Joanne and Danny are inviting us into that conversation to think about what happens with that land, it's a privilege, and to be able to like each other in the process is even better. And I loved working with the whole group on this project.
I had many favorite moments. When we would gather here and discuss the conservation restrictions and what we like to see on that so we could still do agriculture and cut some cordwood. I think the best times for me was just being able to sit down with the people from North County, Jassy and Sarah from Mount Grace, and have coffee and treats and talk about what we all have in common is that we love the earth.
We talk a lot in our business about conservation tools, and we refer to conservation restrictions, for example, as being a common tool. That's what Joanne and Danny used here. But I think that collaboration is really the most important tool that we have at our disposal, especially in the time that we're in right now with climate change and with what we're learning about recreation and access and equity in the time of COVID-19. It shows me that we can't go on pretending that we're going to be effective at the scale we need to be effective at if we're all just doing our own thing and not talking with each other and collaborating. Because when we do projects like this, our impact is greater, our projects are stronger, they're more sustainable, and we're able to do more collectively than we would ever be able to do on our own. And I love working with North County Land Trust. Jassy is a fantastic listener, and when you're having a conversation with her, you can tell that she's really dialed in and paying attention and being very thoughtful and hearing what you're saying. And I see that play out when she's talking to landowners, and I feel that personally when we're talking with each other, that she cares about that conversation. And to me, that's part of the trust piece that makes the collaboration work.
Two parts working together can create something that is bigger and better than two parts working separately.
And this is 17 acres that got protected in this project, but it leveraged 506 acres in total being protected. And I don't think we can overstate how important that is, and how it's the truth that none of that would have happened without Joanne and Danny, because without them, we didn't have a viable application. We wouldn't have gotten that state grant. And it was their commitment that helped set up the project, that saved the project at one point. Right. And now here we are with a completed project, and Norcross Hill is conserved, and so is this beautiful piece that we're on today.
I would just like to say how great it was to work with Joanne and Danny. Their commitment to conservation shows in everything they do, and that was huge.
We're only stewards here for a very short time, so it's important to think globally and act locally.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, everybody. Those were great. I hope that you've seen through these stories how we're implementing our vision. I can't stress enough how amazed I am with our small but dedicated team who makes it all possible. Think of how much more we could do if with even more generous support. I get excited about when I think about that. So we're currently working on a number of major land projects that will be protecting iconic and important landscapes in our region, like the one in this photo. Our time is short, and I will need my army of North County Land Trust supporters to help make these projects happen in the coming weeks. Please stay tuned. I was hoping that I would have official word to be able to announce. It's going a little bit slower, but please be on the alert for some major announcements coming up in the next few weeks that I'm very excited about. And so if after watching those videos, you are inspired to join us as a volunteer, if you're not already a monthly recurring or annual member and you're inspired for that, or if you want to become a North County Land Trust ambassador, program leader, trail steward, sponsor, any of that, please reach out to us and get involved. An investment in North County Land Trust is an investment in a healthy future for all. Now, speaking of volunteers, We have so many wonderful volunteers. And now I'd like to introduce Lisa Adams, our Outreach and Engagement Coordinator, who's joining us via her cell phone and our office computer since her laptop decided to go on the fritz this week. Talk about stress. Thanks for your resilience, Lisa.
Thank you, Anna. It's okay. Sometimes we have to work through those technical difficulties, right? Well, all of us have been talking about how we can do the most good. And I think this is something that many of us strive for in life. And all of us here at North County Land Trust are so lucky that some have chosen to volunteer with us. And for that, we are so grateful. We depend on those volunteers to help us reach our potential as conservation partner in the region. You know, we've already spoken a little bit about our board members. They get to serve on committees, work on the trails, they assist in planning events, and many volunteers help us blaze trails, like our new big switchback at Crocker Conservation Area. They help us pick up the down sticks of the invasive glossy buckthorn at our Day of Caring. They help us by leading bird walks, even when the birds that we're searching for just aren't around. Some have greeted visitors at locations on the garden tour, and some individuals have helped us in more tedious tasks like proofreading letters and mailings. All important though. New this year, we have many new conservation area monitors who walk our trails monthly, and it's a huge help to us. These are all important pieces of what makes us stronger as an organization. And in order for us to do good in this world, we have to rely on one another. Our small staff is so appreciative of all of those who have helped us in so many ways. North County Land Trust is grateful for all of the time, talents, and treasures that our volunteers give to us. It is the bedrock of our organization. North County Land Trust You Rock Award recognizes volunteers who go above and beyond. For their hard work and dedication, we award them with a rock, a special rock though, one that has been custom painted by our very own Executive Director, Anna. This year's You Rock Award is presented to Betty Reed and Mary Kringen. Yay! And I surprised them with the award earlier this week. Take a look.
All right, well, surprise, ladies. You are both Betty Reed, Mary Kringen, our recipients of the
you are
2020 North County Land Trust You Rock Volunteer Award.
Oh,
Personalized by the very own Anna Wilkins.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh,
This is for, as board members, you are not only dedicated to the board and the committees that you serve, but also it's been really special to have you doing the weekly Wednesday walks here. It's been what, over 2 years? So 3 years, 3 or 4 years of doing walks every week in all 4 seasons. You're here no matter what. So I want to say from all of us at North County Land Trust, thank you so much for the work that you do and the dedication to everything, garden tour, the walks, trail stewardship that you do. You never say no. So it's our pleasure.
Thank you.
It means a whole lot to us.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. I love that video. That's like the best video ever. Thank you, Mary and Betty. Absolutely. Definitely deserved. All our volunteers are special to us, and it's really hard every year to pick, you know, to single them out. But those Wednesday walks are great, and Mary and Betty really step up every time. So thank you. And so we are nearing the end of our time together. Please stay for our final portion, music from Adam, Ezra, and his friends. I would like to thank our friends at Rally Sound, and a big shout out to Kim Anson for helping us connect with the Adam Ezra group. Rally Sound was founded by Adam Ezra and his friends, and it has a simple mission to empower communities through music. You can check them out at rallysound.org. They're a great organization. So turn up your speakers and get ready to dance or groove in your chair as we end on this uplifting note. And if you'd like to, please stick around afterwards and chat with us. Thanks for coming, and be well and keep in touch.
Hi there. If you are watching this video, you are gathering in support of the North County Land Trust. We are the Adam Ezra Group, and it is an honor for us to be hanging with you all, supporting this nonprofit organization that we believe in. We so admire the way that they are protecting and conserving your natural resources, as well as educating your local communities and how important those resources are. We're going to play a couple songs for you, and thanks for listening. Come on over. Take my hand, take my hand. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Take my hand, take my hand. Hey, yeah, come on over. Take my hand, take my hand. Take my hand, take my hand. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. The birds out here are almost as loud as we are. They sound good, right? may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Well, I got a simple plan to get us through these stormy days. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. We got the preachers on the left and the politicians on the right. And the news shouts panic everywhere we turn. But when the ones who talk the loudest are also paying themselves the most, we better question what they're trying to make us learn. And I may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. When their cards are on the table, there's only one good hand to play. Yeah. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. Well, I am marching for tomorrow, but sometimes I do despair that I don't possess the will to carry on. But my brothers and my sisters keep me tethered to the wheel, and I know they'll keep on singing when I'm gone. And I may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Let our voices be a beacon until we live in better days. Hold on to each other, find a way. I said, in our darkest hour, this is what we must relay. Come on, hold on to each other, find a way. Through the toughest hurdles, these ain't words of what I'm gonna say. Come on, hold on to each other, find a way. Ooh, we got to hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. Thank you all for hanging with us.
Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you again so much to Rally Sound. We got to have more concerts, I think. So if everybody's up for that, I'll keep in conversation with Rally Sound about that. So thank you all again for joining us. If you want to hang on and chat a little bit more, ask us questions, we're here. If not, have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. And I hope to see you all alive and healthy and invigorated at some point soon. All right. Yay.
Thanks, everybody.
Absolutely. So you can unmute yourselves, panel, and anybody else who's still around. Yeah.
I just joined.
Yay, everybody. Oh my gosh. It almost feels like we're together. It's the music, I think, that just like hits you, right? So you're welcome, Maria. You're welcome, Mary Ellen. I'm trying to I'm not going to be able to. Yes, Terry, thank you. I'm so glad. She says that the whole program's so uplifting.
Wonderful,
Absolutely.
wonderful.
So everybody, yeah, thanks and stay safe. Absolutely.
Are there any questions?
What's that?
I'm wondering if there are any questions from folks still on the line or things they want to
discuss. Thanks, Nat. We'll see you on Sunday. Some of that. Lori, you're so amazing. Lori Nearing's with us. She just said, you're all so amazing. Lori's amazing. We love having her do our programming with us. Oh, Jane, we'll see you soon. Martha, hi, Martha, hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you were able to join us. And Jen, oh, thank you. And thank you for your help this year. Jen Tumala, a former AmeriCorps member. Will Close, I will be in touch with you too. Thank you for joining us. Will Close does these amazing, if you don't know, Wilkins Studios, he's doing amazing stuff.
Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah. Ooh.
Over here too.
Oh yeah, there's a good one. Here, can you see that? Those are watercolor images that he does. They're amazing. And he has a, he's online. You guys should check him out. That's Wilkins Studios. Oh, Donna and Dale, yay! Hello, I love you. Those are my aunts and my aunt and uncle in South Carolina. So, yeah, so those are great. Is there anybody who has any questions for us? Or, I mean, I love all the love. I'm just like soaking it up.
You deserve it, Anna.
Like, yeah.
And Lisa and Jessie and Emily.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody's has done such a great job. And oh, you're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Martha says, thanks for the great virtual presentation. Yeehaw. I am so,
thanks for coming, Martha.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So yeah, so we're moving forward with a lot of different things. And I don't know, does any, you guys wanna, Joanne? Oh yeah, so Joanne, I'm new to NCLT. Would you please share the details about the Wednesday evening walks? Lisa or Emily, you want to share?
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now they're in the evening. Just this next week is the last one. It's going to be 5 o'clock, and you do have to register just so we're compliant with all the regulations, and so forth. But it's going to start being in the mornings again at Crocker. So we do Wednesday mornings during the colder, darker months. And then, we try to make sure that it's in our, on the website, obviously you can register there, and it's on Facebook and so forth. But it's a great time to connect with a couple other people, a couple board members, Mary and Betty, which you saw. And we've got some regulars. It's a great group. Lots of different trails at Crocker to explore.
Right. They're always at Crocker Conservation Area, which is in Fitchburg at the end of Flat Rock Road. So, and Betty and Mary, who you saw in the You Rock Award video, lead those walks. So they're usually in daylight savings. Which way does it go? Anyway, in the summer times when we have more light, it's in the evenings, and then they switch it to the mornings, which doesn't work for everybody, I understand. But if anybody wants to be another walk leader,
I was gonna say we could add another. We'd happily do more at more conservation areas.
Do more, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So those are that. Great question. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Absolutely. Any other questions? Oh my goodness, great job. Let's see, I can't unmute, my phone is limited. I will be joining the garlic class on the 29th. Hope to keep you in touch, and when I can help, possibly Dwelly Farm. So that's from Terry.
Wonderful. That's great.
Yeah.
Emily?
You're welcome. Oh, Jane LaPointe, this is interesting. So she asks, Jane LaPointe, will you post this, the different pieces, so we can listen and watch again? And we absolutely will. And in fact, oh, thanks, Mary. In fact, Lisa was saying that she wants to record just my piece separately, like maybe me sitting outside or something. If that, and I think that's some feedback that she also had. And then since you also have that feedback, we'll do that. We'll just have my piece and have that as a separate piece.
Those videos will definitely be, and we're so glad we have those pieces. Those are phenomenal.
So I should give out a shout out to Triton Productions, which is Emily Ashman and Mike Kelly. They live in Lunenburg or Fitchburg, right on the Lunenburg-Fitchburg line, and they are friends of ours, but also they do amazing, both artists in their own right. And Emily put those videos together for us, and she's just wonderful. I mean, they did a great job. So that's Triton Productions is their business there. Thanks, Rick. Rick, I'm so glad you made it, and I miss seeing you. So so glad that you could make it, and yeah, absolutely. So we'll repost the recording of the whole thing, but also the individual components will be accessible as well if you know, for watching again or sharing about the stuff we're doing. Absolutely. So yeah, so thank you. Yeah, there's a lot that that this kind of, the gathering kind of, you know, so many of the things that I think about have kind of come together because of this pandemic. So it was an interesting exercise to really write that out. So I'm glad that that it's resonated with some of you. So yeah, absolutely. So Vicki Hydorn, who's my mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. You know, actually, she's like very much behind the scenes and helping me do what I do. So I want to just say, like,
a big shout out to Vicki. Vicki,
yeah.
Thank you, Vicki.
Yeah. So Vicki's wrangles my kids on some of those remote learning days so that I can actually work. So that's, you know, invaluable, and for so many other reasons, I appreciate her. But yeah, so Sharon, yeah, always done better in person, but thank you. Well done. I know it's one of those things where you like, you don't want, in fact, when we were designing this whole thing, we're like, we got to keep it short because nobody wants to be in front of a Zoom meeting on a Friday night for any longer than they have to be. But hopefully it was entertaining enough that it was worth the watch. So thank you, Sharon. Absolutely. And Mom, we'll get links on the website for all those videos so people can share them and visit and watch. So that would be great. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Who else have we got here? Anybody? Everybody's still kind of hanging on, but I think if there's no other questions, we can just, yeah, thanks for all the love, everybody, because we're in this together, and
stay tuned.
Great work. And stay tuned. Oh my God, please stay tuned.
Lots coming.
Stay tuned. We're on pins and needles with the excitement, possible excitement.
It's like huge stuff. I know, it's a cliffhanger, and I'll like, you know, we'll just always, we'll reconvene.
We'll keep you posted.
Do the big announcement. Actually, I'm going to shout it from the mountaintops. Wink. So anyway, so I love you all. Stay well, be safe, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.